I'm Brian Harsany. I have several businesses in Orange Beach, Alabama. The first opened in 2006, and that was Cosmo's Restaurant and Bar. And then in 2010, we opened up Maggie's Bottle and Tail. And in 2008, jumping back a little bit, we opened up Cobalt, the restaurant over at Perdido Pass on the Caribe property. And then we started building a building next to Cosmo's. In 2016, we opened up Buzzcats Coffee and Sweets, Magnolia Hall, and Luna's Eat and Drink. And then in 2017, in March, we opened up GT's on the Bay. And all of these locations are in Orange Beach, Alabama. When the governor in March gave the order to shut down all dine-in service and go strictly to curbside or takeout, we switched to where we did not only takeout or curbside, but we also delivered. We did that for 8 days, and then we had a couple situations arise where I felt it wasn't in the best interest of the employees and the people that I work with, and I felt like they may come in contact with somebody that wasn't doing the best practices, and at that point we felt it was probably in our best interest and our employees' best interest to just shut down. So then we shifted gears, and we wanted to make sure that while income was being shut completely off from our employees, that they at least were getting fed each day. So we started feeding our employees 7 days a week, and those range anywhere from 100 and 155 every day. We've done that since, I believe, March 21st. The schools expressed a need to feed some of their children. And so that is, it's been 85, 90, and then it's dropped down to a pretty steady 77 each day. We do that Monday through Friday, and it's a really good balanced meal that the chef came up with. And then we have those delivered, and then we roll right into the employee meals. And usually by 1:30, we've fed about 200 people for that day. And then on the weekends, we just feed our employees while we wait to get them back and put them back to work. We had about 300 employees when the shutdown occurred. When we get to peak season, we'll have very close to 500 company-wide. And I have one employee in particular, Alex, who I've known since he was 3 or 4 years old. And I worked at another restaurant that helped open up in 1995, and he would come in with his artwork and share it with me with his parents. And when he turned 16, it happened to be the same year that we opened here at Cosmo's, and he has since gone from busboy to server to bartender to assistant manager, and today he is the assistant general manager of Cosmo's Restaurant and Bar. And so I've known him from being a very small child to a great young adult who cares deeply for people and does a wonderful job. When we reopen, we have been meeting on a regular basis to figure out what we're going to do that we were already doing, because this industry is very well trained in proper sanitation. Every time we have a sanitation class, Serve Safe, come up, we usually send multiple employees from each location. So we have a wall of sanitation certificates, because I think the more eyes you have on how it's supposed to be done, the fewer opportunities of having something slip through the cracks and being done improperly. And so with that, we're going to build on that, and we have 12 sanitation stations that are mounted on pedestals that will be at each entry location of our businesses. We also have 42 dispensers of sanitation that will be mounted on walls that are high-touch areas. We will also staff and schedule employees at each location that do nothing more than wipe doorknobs, sanitize things where they may have come in contact with another person, and so that we can ensure that we have nothing but clean surfaces and that people can feel very safe. Another thing that we just we found out from one of our vendors is they have antibacterial wipes. And we will probably present those at the time that we're presenting menus when we are able to seat guests again, so that they can take that, wipe down the menu, which will already be clean, the table surface, whatever they need to do to feel more comfortable and to ensure that they have a good clean surface and an atmosphere in which to dine and feel safe. Throughout this time, I have been on multiple threads with other restaurant owners. I know quite a few of them. I've been down here for 25 plus years. We've bounced ideas off on what they're doing as opposed to what we're doing, and a lot of ideas have spawned and have grown and have become better ideas through communication. And I think that's going to be key, that all the business owners communicate with one another, and that we do all steps to make sure that everybody's safe, because if somebody doesn't follow the proper guidelines and there is another outbreak, to be shut down a second time and the consumer confidence at that level will be so low at that point that it's going to be very difficult to rebound after a second one. So it's imperative that we all do exactly what we're supposed to do, and constantly be on the lookout of things that need to be done correctly or need to be corrected so that we don't have another outbreak. When we do get the okay to open up, I'm going to personally need to know that it's safe for my employees and myself and my family to come back to work, because I think of everybody that I work with as my family. They're my work family. We've made sure that they kept their health insurance through all this ordeal. That's one less thing they have to worry about. We've tried to feed them a meal a day so they don't have to worry about where all the food's going to come from. And it's just really, really important that they, feel safe, and they are safe when they return, and that together we can start making money again and all of us stay healthy.